Hello, my friend. My name is Emma. I'm 23 years old, and I live in a small town in southern Italy. But let me tell you something honestly, for many years, I was afraid to speak English. Yes, me. Even though I loved the language. Even though I studied it in school. Even though I watched movies with subtitles and followed travel bloggers who spoke perfect English. When it came time to speak, my mouth just froze. My heart beat faster. My voice became small. And in my head, total panic. In school, I was a good student. I memorized word lists. I learned grammar tenses. I could even explain what past perfect continuous meant. Sounds impressive, right? But then one day, I met some real English speakers at a travel fair in Rome. They smiled. They spoke fast. They asked simple questions like, "What brings you here? Where are you from?" And I just smiled back. I was too scared to answer. Later that night, I looked at myself in the mirror and whispered, "Emma, what are you doing? You've studied English for years, but you can't speak it." That moment broke me, but it also woke me up. Later that week, while scrolling on YouTube, I found a video by a teacher named Tom. He said something I'll never forget. Don't build English sentence by sentence. Speak in chunks. Learn natural phrases and use them as they are. He called it the chunking method. I had never heard of it before, but it made so much sense. He gave examples like, backhand index pointing right. How's it going? Backhand index pointing right. Let me think. Backhand index pointing right. I'm on my way. Backhand index pointing right. It's up to you. Backhand index pointing right. That makes sense. He said these are not just words. They're ideas, expressions, full emotions. And native speakers don't stop to build every sentence. They speak in patterns. At that moment, I realized something very important. I didn't need more grammar rules. I needed real phrases. I needed to speak the way people actually speak. So I made a promise to myself. I said, "Emma, you're going to change the way you learn English, starting now." I opened my notebook and created a new system. Simple, practical, and fun. Here it is just for you. Every day, I learn 2 to 3 real English phrases, not words. I repeat them, I write them, and I use them in made-up conversations. Example: I'm not in the mood. Let's keep in touch. No worries. I listen to a native speaker from a podcast, YouTube video, or Netflix show. Then I repeat at the same time, like a shadow. This helped me speak faster, smoother, and more naturally. Even if no one listens, I talk to myself about my plans, my day, or my feelings, all in English. I pretend I'm on a podcast or teaching someone else. Now, when I watch a movie or a show, I don't focus on every single word. I listen for chunks. Phrases like, "I'm on it," "It depends," "Sounds good." These phrases stick in my head and become part of my speaking. Every Sunday, I review all the chunks I learned that week. I say them out loud again. I mix them into new sentences. And I ask myself, where could I use this phrase in real life? One day, I was walking through my town when I heard someone say, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" It was a tourist looking lost. And suddenly, without fear, without panic, I replied, "Yes, of course. Do you need help?" "No worries, it's just down the street." I can show you. And we talked for 5 minutes in full English, without stopping, without translating in my head. And afterward, I laughed. I cried a little, because I had just done the one thing I used to fear the most. I spoke English. So, if you're like me, if you're scared to speak, if you've studied grammar but feel stuck, please believe me. It's not about being perfect. It's not about knowing 1,000 words. It's about using real language, with confidence and with heart. Start small. 2 to 3 chunks a day. Speak them out loud. Shadow native speakers. Listen to real conversations. Review. Repeat. Believe. Because one day, yes, one day you'll be the person helping a lost traveler. You'll be the voice someone admires. You'll speak English and you won't even realize how far you've come. So keep going. I'm Emma, and if I can do it, so can you. Before, I thought I had to be perfect. Now I understand. Mistakes are signs of progress. Every time I made a mistake, I learned something new. A better chunk. A smoother way to say something. A new sound. So instead of saying, I'm bad at English, I started saying, that's okay. I'm learning. And that one thought gave me freedom. 3 months later, I joined an online English book club. At first, I was nervous to speak, but I remembered my chunks. I used simple phrases like, in my opinion, that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. Soon people were smiling when I spoke. They told me, your English is so clear. Not perfect, but real. I made new friends from Brazil, from Japan, from Nigeria. We talked every week. We laughed. And for the first time, English wasn't just a subject. It was a bridge. A way to connect with the world. Yes, it really happened. An international company in Milan was hiring for a remote assistant. They needed someone who could write emails, join video calls, and talk to international clients in English. 2 years ago, I would have said, I can't. I'm not ready.
But now,
I thought, why not?
I've practiced. I've spoken.
I've lived English. I can do this. So I applied. And guess what? During the interview, I used every tool I had. Chunks I had practiced. Confidence I had built. The voice I had trained day by day. And 1 week later, I got the job. I write emails. I join Zoom meetings. I chat with people in different time zones. And every day I still practice. I still review my chunks. I still talk out loud. I still listen, shadow, repeat. Because fluency is not a destination. It's a journey. One you walk with joy, with effort, and with faith in yourself. If you're just starting your English journey, or if you've been stuck for years, if you're afraid to speak, or tired of learning rules that don't help you talk, please remember this. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know every word. Backhand index pointing right, you just need the right chunks and the courage to use them. Say them out loud. Speak even when you're alone. Don't wait for permission. Don't fear your accent. Your voice matters, and your English is part of your story.